Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my February favorites. I'm very excited for this month's favorites, particularly because February was a very good month for me. I feel like I was very productive. I had a lot of content for you guys. I do want to have more. So, those are my goals for March. It was also my birthday month, which I am now 28, and another day, another video. Let's get right into the favorites. Now, there are some products that I feel like I have to go through super quickly because I've mentioned them before or in my previous favorites, but they are still my favorites. So, and I still have been using them constantly. So I was like, I know I still have to mention them. Like my Farsali liquid glass. This stuff is liquid amazingness for my skin. I really like it. It's a radiance serum and it has hyaluronic acid. I really like to apply this after my moisturizer, let it soak into the skin and really let the skin absorb it, and then I go in with my primer, foundation, and the rest of my makeup. And I just really like what that does for my skin and how it helps my foundation stick better and my primer and just everything mesh well.
Nicer? It meshes better?
All together. So I really like it. I have been using two primers on and off. The Professional, I think I've talked about this since I started my channel. I love this stuff. It is the best pore filling primer that I have tried, and I've tried a lot of other ones. None of them compare to this one. This is still, like, for me, the holy grail forever and ever. And I also have been using my e.l.f. Poreless Putty a lot. This stuff is also really good. If you don't want to spend the $52, $54 of the Tatcha one, this is a very good dupe alternative to that one. And I already, I did the dupe, tried them out, and I feel like it's very comparable. The only thing that I would say about this one is it doesn't have like the skincare benefits that the Tatcha one has, and that's just, what I like about the Tatcha one. But again, I also like this one. Foundations, I am loving. Well, I loved this one because it's all done. I did mention this one in my makeup empties. This is a NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I have mine in the shade Soft Beige. This is a 24-hour foundation, full coverage. I like that it's a full coverage foundation, but it doesn't get cakey or too thick on the skin, which I like that. It gives you nice coverage. It's, I would say, it's kind of lightweight on the skin to where it's not super heavy or super dry and cakey. So I really like that about this foundation. And I had set myself kind of like a mental note that I cannot buy a new foundation until I finish one for my collection. So I finished this one up, and then I went ahead and I bought another one, which I have been trying out. And just for reference, it's the new Beauty Creations foundation. I've been trying it out for over 2 weeks, I think, already. So I'm pretty sure I'm ready to give you guys a full review, which will be up soon. I have, from this next brand, about 4 products that I have been loving. So just throwing that out there. The Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation with SPF 20. This is absolutely one of my favorites. I think I've talked about this for a long time. I have mine in the shade MW2, in the shade MW2. And what I like about this one is that it gives you medium coverage, but it covers nicely if you have any redness, or like me, I have redness in this area, and then my acne are around it is always red. This helps cover nicely, but in a lightweight type of feeling, so that your pimple doesn't look even more enhanced. It just kind of reduces that color, like the redness. So I really like that about this foundation. I have been trying to finish this up for maybe 2 months, and it's still going. I used some of it today, and I feel like now we're getting to the nitty gritty, the bottom. But I do want to get one of those spatulas for makeup that you can get all the product out, because why not? I'm pretty sure this one would be left with a lot on the you know, sides of the bottle. So I will definitely be looking into that. But yeah, this is another favorite. Now for concealer, I went back to using my favorites, and I'm starting off with the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer. I have mine in the shade 11 light medium. This, I'm wearing it today. I just love how flawless my under eye looks with this concealer and how beautifully this blends. It's more of a dry concealer, but not intensely dry. I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression of this concealer. It's just like a full coverage concealer that gives you very, very nice coverage, and it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't get cakey under the eyes. It doesn't settle into my fine lines, which I like. So I've been loving this all over. And then I went back to using my Born This Way from Too Faced. I have mine in the shade Vanilla. This one is more of a creamy formula, but I really like that. I've told you guys hydrating and matte or like full coverage concealers all work nicely under my eyes. I feel so lucky. But yeah, this one says it's like a super coverage. Like it does give you coverage, but I don't feel like it's heavy super coverage. It's like a creamy full coverage concealer, and I really, really like that because, you know, it goes on nice. It blends out beautifully. I would even go as far as using this as foundation, just because I really like the formula of it. But your girl has a big ass face, and that'll be too much concealer wasted. I only have one setting powder favorite, and that is the Ciate, what is this? Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder, which looks like this. Now, I have been using this since I got it in my BoxyCharm, and I have been loving it. It's a setting powder that definitely is very light and finely milled, and it gives you like a poreless look. It sets your foundation beautifully under the eyes. It doesn't make it too dry or like crumbly, or it doesn't look cakey and dry, which personally I like that about this powder. It says it's a coconut setting powder, but I don't smell the coconut, and I have no interest in using products that are very like coconut scented, because I personally don't like it. I don't mind the benefits of the coconut being in the product. I just don't want to smell it. And this, if it has a scent, it's ever so slightly that it doesn't even bother me. So this is my only setting powder favorite. Now I'm going to go into the palettes. I feel like this is kind of like the bulk of the products, and particularly face palettes. I have 3 of them that I have been using, and I was actually supposed to use these for the first time on camera in a like trying new makeup, trying new drugstore makeup. So I just kind of helped myself, and I decided to just use them because they were so beautiful that I couldn't not use them. And the first one is the Physicians Formula Muru Butter Highlighter Palette. This one is absolutely gorgeous. I really, really like their highlighter formula. I've been talking about the Rosé one, the Freshly Picked, for months. I know you guys are tired of me hearing me talk about that highlighter, but here's the palette now. Since I can't talk about one, I'll talk about this whole ass palette. These colors are so beautiful. Now I'm going to tell you the formula feels very like a wet creamy formula, kind of like the ColourPop Super Shock shadows and highlighters. But these, oh my gosh, look at that pigment. I mean, you can't tell me that it's not gorgeous. They look so beautiful, and they look even more beautiful on the skin. This one is absolutely stunning. I am actually wearing this whole palette today. This is a different one. This is their Muru Butter Glow Face Palette, and this has bronzer, blush, and a highlighter. Now I have to be careful with this one because the highlighter actually pops out. I guess it wasn't like pressed tight enough, so it's not broken, it just pops out. So I just, you know, use it carefully. But this is what it looks like in the inside. As you can see, you can tell that that bronzer and that blush are like super intensely used. I'll give you a swatch, oh my gosh, of this one. Look at how stunning that is. That is what's on my face today. I really, really like it. Love it. These palettes are amazing. I feel like they're super, like, you know, compact, but they're still very useful. I like that they are, you know, condensing their packaging, because maybe like last year. They had a big palette, like it was super chunky, and I felt like the whole packaging was unnecessary. Now the next one is bigger packaging, but it's not as big as the one from last year. The one from last year was still bigger than this. Like it was massive, probably like this, and it had about the same amount of products inside. Now let me show you. This was a collaboration with Weili Huang. I hope that's how you pronounce her name. And they did the butter collection as well. So these are beautiful. Oh my gosh, this palette. I honestly, not to be like shady or anything, I didn't know who she was. I was just walking at Target, you know, through the makeup aisle, and I saw the palette and I opened it. It was the last one. It had obviously the protective film. But I was just so excited. I was like, I need this palette. This is going to be such an amazing palette in the summer if I'm already loving it in the winter. I really, really like it. Now, these are a little bit dark for my skin tone, but I like to take a big fluffy brush and just give my skin some color. I don't necessarily do like an intense contour. It's more color all over my skin because I do use a setting powder all over my face. That can sometimes make me look very ghostly. So I like to give my face color with this. And these blushes, I love their blushes. They're absolutely beautiful. They're creamy, buttery. Like they just glide on beautifully. I mean, look at this today. Look, 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 look. It's so beautiful. And then these two highlighters are gorgeous. So as you can see, it says limited edition for the two highlighters and the two blushes. The bronzers are already part of their collection, which I don't mind because I only have one other bronzer from them, and it's like a lighter one. So this is a deep bronzer and the sunset bronzer. But I need to show you this highlight. It is called Whimsical Caprice. Look at that. So it's like a pink swirled with gold. I just can't take. I mean, I feel like honestly the Physicians Formula highlighters are very underrated, and they're actually very, very good. So if you haven't tried them, get one of these palettes. They're amazing. You're gonna love them. I hope. But I'm confident that you're going to love them because they're amazing. Now, moving on to eyeshadow palettes, I only have two. Actually, I would have three, but the other one, I have been testing it out to have a review for you guys. I have been putting in so much work in that review. It's been intense, but I'm excited to have a very full, in-depth review and actually more so trying out the products rather than just like, oh, this palette, like it has gorgeous colors. You know, I really, really tested the palette. So that will be up soon. In the meantime, I'm going to share these two favorites. One of them is not available anymore, which I hate doing that, but it's actually one of the palettes that I use the most in February because I did more of a simple look with a pop of like glitter shimmer on the lid, and I'll show you guys that as well. And this is the Hola Chola Becky G times ColourPop palette. This is such an amazing palette. If they can bring back this palette and just not have it as part of this collection, it would be amazing so people can, you know, have the opportunity to buy the full matte palette because it definitely is very, very good. These mattes seem to be a little more creamy and buttery in my opinion, and they just blend out beautifully. So along with that palette, I have been pairing the Artist Couture, what are these? Diamond Lights Finishers little eyeshadow things. For me, this is like a liquid eyeshadow in like powder, loose powder formula, and it's amazing. Like it pops the same punch, if not more, as a liquid eyeshadow, and I love it. I don't even care that it can be slightly messy, but I usually apply this with my finger, and since I pack it on directly to the lid, I feel like I don't get like a huge mess, which I don't mind. And I have Icy Girl and Spotlight Glitz, and I have been using them like crazy. This is definitely on my list to buy more of their colors. I want a gold one. If I had a gold one today, I would kind of do a little demo with this makeup look. Now, the other palette that I have been using a lot also came in my BoxyCharm, and I really ended up liking it. It's from the brand Carity, which this brand is available at CVS, and I recently found this out. I know this brand has been around for longer, but I hadn't really heard about it. And this is a Picante palette, which if you see these colors, they look so beautiful. That's the same vibe inside. And my long ass nails aren't letting me open this. But look at this palette. The colors, you guys, I mean, you can't tell me these are not the colors I always use. They're absolutely gorgeous. I'll give you guys a few swatches. I did do a tutorial using this palette in my BoxyCharm video in case you want to check it out. But they're absolutely gorgeous. I really was surprised with the quality of the eyeshadows and how well they blend. They don't get patchy. They're just really pretty and pigmented. So yeah, this brand again is available at CVS. I'm not going to say that it's super affordable, but it's also not like high-end prices. I think this palette is around $20, $25, something like that. So it's definitely, you know, I would say mid-range in the price. Now I want to share with you guys my favorite lashes. I am actually wearing them today, and these are the ones that I wore all month long. I really, really like this style as well. I always talk about these lashes, and it's for a good reason. They are amazing, and I really, truly enjoy them. If I didn't, I wouldn't be like forcing myself to put them on if they didn't fit right, if they weren't like so easily to apply, and if they weren't so comfortable. For me, the best lash I can wear is one that is very comfortable, that you don't even feel like you're wearing it. And these, I definitely don't feel like I'm wearing. I'm like, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing nothing, and I love that. So they are Lashes by T. And I know I talk about a different style all the time, but I've been going through the styles because I ran out of my favorites, so I wanted to try out the other styles. Here we have the style Michoacan. This is a new pair, a fresh pair that I have. And I definitely love these. I actually was kind of a little intimidated with these when I saw them in the packaging, but as you can see, they don't even look like super dramatic or super long or big. They just look beautiful, and I feel like the looks that I've been doing recently, the lashes have just made it that much better, and they're just perfect. They're perfect. This is my new favorite style. I love them. So this is a box to the ones I'm wearing today, and these are a new fresh pair. And lastly, we have lip products. I have been rocking the same nude glossy lips for the month of February, but that's okay. We're coming back with the matte liquid lipsticks as we did today, but my favorites have been from Artist Couture. I know I mention these constantly as well, but you guys know me, I'm a creature of habit. When I like something, I continue to use it month after month after month, so that's why I keep using these. We have the color Uncensored 2.0, which is like the perfect nude, like a brownie nude. Beautiful. And then we have Climax, which is a perfect peach gold shade with little gold glitter, glimmer, shimmer. These are beautiful. I love these. I need to pick up more colors because they're amazing. And the last gloss that I really, really was obsessed with in the month of February was Milani Ludicrous Lip Gloss in the color 110 Luster Light. And I actually like to carry this in my bag whenever I'm going out, even if I'm not wearing makeup, just to pop a little gloss on my lips because it's super comfortable. It's not sticky or too thick on the lips. So I really, really like that about these. And I've talked about these for the past few months as well. I know. Sorry, I just love it. And lastly, we have from Glow Recipe, the Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. I got another one in my BoxyCharm, so it prompted me to use this one more so that I can go through that one and it won't go bad. But I keep it in my fridge, and I feel like that's what's been making it last longer because I've seen people say that it went bad on them. But I've been keeping mine in the fridge, and it still has that really pretty pinky shade like when I first got it. So I have been loving this. This is like one of the finest mists that I have. Look at that. And it smells delicious. It smells like watermelons. It's so beautiful. And this is a hydrating and glowing radiance mist. I really like that. I like to prep my skin in it. If my skin is feeling a little dry or if I feel like it needs a little pick-me-up, I will mist this on my skin here and there, and I really like it. That's basically it for these favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what was your favorite product for the month of February. I like to know. I like to be a chismosa and know what you guys are liking as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I appreciate all your support. And like always, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.